Welcome into Vikings Now. I am your host, Patrick Siepman. Our Minnesota Vikings have just traded for Lions tight end TJ Hockenson. Holy cow. This whole past couple of weeks been talking trade rumors with Brandon Cooks, Chase Claypool, a bunch of other names, Deron Payne. I never thought the Vikings would be trading for TJ freaking Hockenson, and they are going all in on this year. You love to see it. The Vikings, with Irv Smith getting injured in the past game on Sunday, getting a high ankle sprain, I thought the Vikings were going to make a move for a tight end. I didn't know they were going to go all in on a guy like TJ Hockenson. But before we get into it, I want your guys' one-word reaction. I'll give you my one word in just a second here because, hey, I'm shocked. This was a great move by the Vikings. We'll be going over the trade details and everything later on in the video, but get down in the comments. I'll make this the pinned comment on today's video. I want to see the Vikings fan base showing out right now. Go respond to that pinned comment and give me your one-word reaction to the Vikings trading for TJ Hockenson. My one word, this was a steal. Shout out to Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah. Shout out to not being scared, the trade in the division. You know, I remember in the NFL draft, everybody was saying, why would the Vikings trade with the Lions? Why would the Vikings trade with the Packers? And now the Vikings just traded with the Lions again, the second major trade between the Vikings and Lions in the past 7 months. If you remember, we traded our 12th overall pick to the Lions in this past year's NFL draft, which they took Jamison Williams for, and now we traded with them again. Tom Pelissero had the tweet first for us. He broke it down. Trade, the first big one on this NFL trade deadline day. He says the Lions are sending tight end TJ Hockenson to the Vikings. Sources tell me and Ian Rappaport. Minnesota sends only a 2023 second-round pick and a 2024 third-round pick to Detroit for TJ Hockenson. And then we also get back a 2023 fourth-round pick and a 2024 conditional fourth-round pick, which normally means TJ will probably have to play a certain amount of games or hit some benchmark to have that pick count. But this was a great trade, man. I mean, like my one word said, this was an absolute steal. When the trade initially broke and I saw Vikings are trading for TJ Hockenson for a second and a third-round pick, and that's it, I was like, that is still a great trade. But the fact we're getting a fourth-round pick and another fourth-round pick in the next year's NFL draft, absolute steal. And if you're looking at this Vikings tight end depth chart now, is this an elite group, especially when Irv Smith comes back. I mean, TJ Hockenson now being our tight end 1. Irv Smith, our tight end 2. I was talking to the fellow Vikings fan out in the office, Jack Sperry. He was talking the Vikings could be running a lot of 21 personnel, which I will love to see. Now the amount of looks the Vikings are going to be able to run with these weapons, still including guys like C.J. Ham, and you still have a great 3 wide receiver sets that you can run with Jefferson Thielen and K.J. Osborne. I mean, could you imagine if it's Dalvin Cook, T.J. Hockenson, Justin Jefferson, and Adam Thielen? Those are the 5 weapons you got to go out there and defend for opposing defenses. It's going to be a long day. So far, TJ Hockenson this year, 26 receptions, 395 yards, average around 15 yards per catch, and already 3 touchdowns on the year. When he played the Vikings early on this year, he only had 3 catches and 18 yards. But here are the final trade details for you guys. You guys get to see it on your screen right here. Of course, Vikings are receiving TJ Hockenson. I can't believe I'm saying that. And a 2023 fourth-round pick and a 2024 conditional fourth-round pick, and only giving up a second and a fourth. This was a great trade. I want to ask you guys, though, I'm expecting to see a lot of yeses down in the comments section. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Did the Vikings win the trade? I'm assuming a lot of you guys have to be saying yes on this one. I really don't think there's any negative, and we'll break down the cap space situation after this in just a little bit because, hey, the Vikings, we're even getting more of a steal than we even thought. So when the Vikings make a move, we got you guys covered. Go down and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. The Vikings are 6-1. We're going all in on this year. This is going to be, you know, it's kind of one of those years. I'm getting chills right now even talking about it, that this could be the year. This could be the year the Vikings break through. This could be the year that we could potentially see Kirk Cousins hosting that Lombardi trophy. A wild thought to hear as Jeremy is just scratching his head, my producer on this video. But, hey, when the Vikings make a move, we got you covered. Go down, hit that subscribe button. Keep the good vibes going. But now let's talk about the contract situation because that's another thought that immediately popped in my head was like, the Vikings have no cap space left. Well, we're not going to even need to take up any more with this deal. He's only going to be around $530,000 on this year's cap, and then around $9.3 million next year. And then, of course, in 2024, he'll become an unrestricted free agent. So I wonder if the Vikings could just be maybe a restructure and extend him, and maybe extend him past the 2024 season and lower his cap in 2023. So originally the Lions, they did sign, his cap hit this year was around $6 million. But since a lot of that was converted into a signing bonus, the Vikings are only going to need to take on $500,000 on this year's cap. Another just great move for the Vikings. And TJ Hockenson, his first 4 years in the NFL, he's been pretty solid. Like I mentioned, this year, 26 catches, 395 yards, 15 yards per catch, 3 touchdowns. And then 2021, 61 receptions, 583 yards, around 10 yards per catch, 4 touchdowns. 2022 was his best year, 67 receptions, 723 yards, 10.8 yards per catch with 6 touchdowns. His rookie year, a little bit of slow, but most tight ends are. 32 receptions, 367 yards, and 11.5 average with 2 touchdowns. Man, this was a great trade. I am so excited also to see what Kevin O'Connell is going to do with a true weapon like this in the tight end position. And I love Irv Smith. Let's talk about Irv Smith for probably the past 2-3 years of being a breakout candidate for the Minnesota Vikings and kind of taking that next step in the tight end elite tier. But then we just go trade for an already elite tight end. Coming out of Iowa, I love TJ Hockenson. He's a 6'5", big frame tight end. And if you're talking about what Kevin O'Connell is going to be able to do with him, with the weapons the Vikings have, I mean, you could go 21 personnel when Irv Smith comes back and run Irv, TJ Hockenson, Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen, and Justin Jefferson. I mean, are you kidding me if you're trying to guard that as an opposing defense? Then if you want to go some 11 personnel with Dalvin Cook, TJ Hockenson, Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, and then obviously KJ Osborne, it's going to be a lot of fun, man. The Vikings, they're making moves. I'm super excited. And like a little key note here, the Vikings play the Lions in Week 14 in Detroit. So TJ, he'll be all kind of suited with the new offense that he's coming into, and he will be able to kind of have a little revenge game in Detroit against the team that just traded him. I'm super excited to see, honestly, if he'll play this Sunday against the Washington Commanders. That's going to be interesting to see because if he doesn't play, we're probably going to have to roll out guys like Johnny Munt and Ben Ellefson and maybe call up Jacob Hollister to the active roster. But I'm hoping he gets out there. I'm hoping we get some red zone packages with TJ Hockenson on Sunday against the Commanders. And, hey, we could be going to 7-1. And if you guys want to hear what I'm saying about the Vikings all year long, head over to Twitter and follow me at Pat Siepman NFL. I'll be tweeting about the Vikings all year long. This is great. We're going all in. Super Bowl contenders. Here we come. Give me the skulls down below. Give me the skulls. I cannot wait to watch TJ Hockenson play. See you guys next time. Skol Vikes.